Hi, in today's video we're going to look at 6 critical things you need to look at and to think about before you buy a domain name. Hi, this is George. Welcome to Digital High Road, the channel where I do my best to give you new, fresh content about making money online. It's 2020 and many older ways just don't work anymore. If you seriously want to make money online, are you ready? Then let's go. Let's continue to help you help yourself. Now, today's video subject. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at buying a domain name. Now, I use a website called Namecheap.com. It looks like this, and we'll come back to this in a couple minutes. First, we're going to go through a couple slides here. I want to show you some things. We'll go through some 6 points that I want you to be aware of when buying a domain name. First point is it should be easy to remember name, and do not use hyphens or dashes in the name of it when you go to purchase it. Now, what I want you to look at, we're going to look at some easy to remember names. These are some friends' websites. This is a website called stonesfinds.com. Very simple, easy to remember, simple to spell out. About this one, cranberrycrochet.com. It's about crocheting. About this one, George Loves Weather. Simple as it says, about weather and weather stations. About the artofsnore.com. It's about sleeping, sleep disorders. About Bob Iron Stroller. It's about Bob Iron Strollers. It's a whole manufacturer of strollers. The whole site's reviews of the B.O.B. strollers. About HimalayanSaltShaker.com. Himalayan Salt Shaker. Simple to the point. This small site's about Himalayan salt lamps, salt blocks, using them for cooking, etc. About Down Comforter Guide, downcomforterguide.com. Very simple, again, to the point. It's about down comforters. The whole site has articles about down comforters. So, and information about them. About myostomyis.com. Very simple to the point. It's about a gentleman who has an ostomy, talking about having an ostomy and everything that has to do with having an ostomy, how to eat with an ostomy, etc., etc., etc. So anyway, so let's go back. So back to our point, it should be easy to remember. Those are pretty basic, easy names to remember, and they have something to do with what the site is about. When they picked out the niche, they picked out an overview of what they wanted the domain to include, what it wanted it not to include. Let's go to the next one. Make it a shorter name. Longer ones are not easy to remember. About a site named sewingmachinereviews.com or sewingmachinesreviewsheadquarters.com. That's a lot. I can't even say it. So that's a lot to put into a domain name. Can show you an example of another thing to be aware of. Another thing to be aware of is what the domain sounds like, that people will misspell it in trying to find it. They'll misremember it, how it was. I've heard an ad on the radio for years now, and I didn't realize the other day they kept giving 2 domain addresses. One they give is EdelmanFinancialEngines.com. And then I would always hear, the thing that caught my ear was they'd say, or like RiceDelman.com. And I went, what is RiceDelman? But then I realized that what they were saying is Edelman Financial is Rick, R-I-C, Edelman.com. If you put riceedelman.com into right here, Rice Delman is what it sounds like. It sounded like it was Rice Delman. So Google even has a search for Rice Delman. RiceDelman.com will give you Rick Edelman financialfounder.com. Such as for years, my name is George Drum. People have called me George Strum. George Strum, the Grgedrum, sounds like something it isn't. Be aware of that. If you go to purchase a domain name, like this one here, Cat Litter Easy Clean Boxes. Look at all those letters. You can get mixed up here. Examples. Cat Litter Easy Clean Boxes. That's just too much. Way too much for someone to spell out. Too easy to get too many T's, too many C's. Get an IE instead of a Y, etc., etc., etc. So make the name shorter. I had one mentor a couple years ago that told me, she said, try to make it only like 3 words and no longer. And then .com. And the thing is, always try to buy a .com, not a .org or .net. Because if there are .orgs or .nets already, like I have one site that I do all right with, but it's not great with. It's a .org. And I should never have bought it. I should have come up with something different. Because the .com gets more love from Google than the .org does. The .org is the one I own. The next point is a name that you should be proud of to own. Requires more of an original name when you think about it. If you want your name, if it's Rick Edelman, then it's rickedelman.com. They ended up changing it because of the spelling to edelmanfinancialworlds.com, whatever. So the thing is, just be aware of that. Make sure you find a name that you're building a brand, you're building a name that's going to be around for a while. So put some thought into it. Make sure it's a name that you'll be proud of 4 years from now owning, and that it represents who you are and what your business is. The next point is a domain shouldn't mention a product name or even refer to a type of product in the name. This will limit you when it's time to add to your site if you decide to do that. And if you're actually serious about building your business, you want your business to grow. So that's something to realize, is do not limit yourself. Like when I picked out George Loves Weather and other choices, I could have picked out something weatherstations.com, something weatherinstruments.com, whatever. But I didn't want it to be limited to weather stations, weather instruments. I wanted it to be about weather itself. So I've made it George Loves Weather. Peggy Loves Gardening.com, something like that. So the next point, make sure there's no trademark for the name. There are sites you can go to check for government. I'll put a link in the description below. There's a government site that you can go to check for trademark. I also always check and put a name in or phrase in to Google and see what I get. See that there's nothing that's negative or detrimental about that phrase or about that name or even part of the name that's going to lend anything bad to what you're trying to do with your business. You don't want that. And the worst thing is to start out with that and not be able to change it. So the thing is to check for a trademark. I also suggest go to WhoIs information. Check the WhoIs information to find out about the domain, if it's ever been registered before. If it has, you may have backlinks associated with it that you don't want there. It may be a name that had something bad written about it, or maybe a bad reputation mark against it. There may be bad social markers against it. The thing is, check the WhoIs information to see if it's ever been owned previously by anyone else. If it has, and it doesn't have any marks, then it would be good to buy it. But if it has anything negative associated with it, run fast from it. The next point, as we go to point 6, is you also want to look up the domain name as a phrase, which I mentioned earlier. But look it up as do it like as good deep breath. Do not put good deep breath together as one word. Do it without quotes. Do it with quotes. Do it maybe in a short sentence, just to see if there's anything. Try to get Google to show you something that's bad about a phrase, because that's the thing you want to protect, is make sure that there's nothing bad about your domain name that you're going to buy before you purchase it. So when you go to Namecheap.com, keep your names like fun names, general names, avoid trademarks, avoid phrases, bad information. I put in a couple names here to see if they're available. Lori loves cats. If there's a Lori and she loves cats, that would be a good name for her. That's available. If you have a cat site and you're dealing with kitty litter boxes, cleankittylitterbox.com. Could be a little bit refining because it could be restricting, I guess, because it's talking about kitty litter boxes. But there's a lot. It's your specific niche, a super small micro niche, and it's about litter boxes alone. Then cleankittylitterbox.com might work. About keepacleankitty.com. How about if you love baseball and your name is Keith, keithlovesbaseball.com. You can write things about baseball, sell baseball programs, how to pitch, how to field, batting instructions, stuff like that. Or how about if you own a drone and you have lots of movies and videos you want to share for a channel? You have movingskyviews.com. There's something that came up. I had a clever name, My Eye in the Sky, but that's taken. I was registered like 6 or 7 years ago. So, but it's just some more pointers on purchasing. As you can see, the domains these are all .coms that are available. There are other ones available to be purchased, but I would just stick with .coms. One more point we made is if you have a keyword phrase for a niche you're in that you want to promote, it used to be that Google would promote and help give you more juice to have the keyword in your domain name. There's still some people say that still helps. Some people have said they've done studies on it and it doesn't really help that much. So I guess it's kind of up to you if that's something you want to do. But, if you want to put in a phrase about, something that is a keyword that represents you and your business, then you could do that in a phrase. But I've had a couple of mentors in the last couple of years that talk about making a name easy to spell, easy to find, and simple and open-ended so that you can add to it. So, but that's some points on buying a domain name. If you've enjoyed this video, please like it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget as well to hit the bell icon. That way you'll get notified every time we publish new content like this video. Thanks for watching.